And then, therefore, that would allow me to explain the next house rule that I have incorporated into our games. Now, Leopold, remember the thieves' tools and the perception checks that you did with 8 rolls? I don't know if I think I explained this to you already once, but what this does is, like that perception check that Quillen just rolled. If it was a 2 or 3, everybody would have said, oh shit, I'm leaving the room and I'm getting around this corner. So it influences people's decisions on playing. So what these 8 rolls are is I'm going to take this 8-sided die that you see here, and I will roll this one time. I will take from your pool of 8 rolls, starting the very first number top left is 1, all the way over to 2, 3, 4 on the top row, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom row. Then I will take whatever I rolled here. So as you scroll up and look at your last Thieves' Tools rolls, say if I rolled a 4, I would have taken the 23 roll. And then I would take that roll and give you sort of like a description of what would happen. So you hear certain tumblers clicking and tumbling inside of the lock. You get the lock disarmed. Bam, you can open it up. If say I rolled a 6 and I took the 10. Well, Leopold, you're in there fumbling around and you break a lockpick, and unfortunately, you trigger the trap. Everybody needs to start making dexterity saving throws because a fireball just came from the door above the door jamb. So that's I want to put the element of surprise back into the game.
Why do you
with
use
these
the worst
multiple
possible scenario?
Because I'm just kind of forewarning you, Gimli Grimm.
I think this trap's going to have
of what could
happen.
a dire dragon here.
Daisy me trolling, welcome to the channel, and I hope you don't try to troll us here because you won't last very long. So, Daisy me trolling, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you hang around. Fair1, thank you for the follow as well. So that's how we do it. We do that for perception checks and Thieves' Tools only. So I think it adds a nice element of surprise in the game for everyone. So you're not losing any rolls. I'm just dictating which roll of the pool of rolls that you roll.
Hey, Dave?
Yes.
I know it's not so much as a mechanic in 5th edition, but I'm a tinkerer by trade, and with mechanical, contraptions. Could I aid him somehow?
I think the mechanical contraptions that you can make for being a rock gnome are something like a toy that can kind of move around, one that can kind of shoot fire. So, yeah, I mean, you could possibly
like the gears
help by setting something off. Maybe if you want to, on traps, you really can't assist, because that's sort of like a one-person thing, because it's such a small item, or trying to get one person into that little lock, that little keyhole to try to disarm this trap. So on other things, yeah, I don't mind assisting at all, like on strength checks to tip stuff over, or to
aiding,
move a car. Yeah, I don't mind that. So all you'd have to do is we would just kind of free will think here, and you would, I think there's something actually in there there's group checks, I think, in 5e. I'll have to read that again. And then I believe all you have to do is you get I think it's a +2, and it might be +2 per person. I'll have to reread that. And in fact, I'm going to put that on my my board here, my nice erase it board that I have, and I'm going to put that on here real quick to reread that. So, but yeah, I don't mind with assisting. Just yeah, we can do that. I'll just have to double check the rules. Yeah, no problem. Double check assisting on checks, but I know it can be done. I just have to reread it. One of the few rare times that I have to reread a rule in 5e. Alright, so what do you guys think? You have this box. You think there's really, no harm with this box, Quillen?
Is it locked? Is there a lock on it?
It doesn't look to be locked either.
All right, I'll open it up.
Hey, what's up, Life?
Before you do, I have a suggestion.
Thanks for the
not locked,
kind words,
could I use
Voodoo.
my
I appreciate it.
mage hand to open it up from afar?
Sure, yeah. Mage hand, that's perfect. Or is it knock or something like that? Yeah. But
If it's not locked.
yeah, it's not
You know,
locked. You saw Quillen open up the lid, and as he opened up the lid, sort of like a nice gold aura comes out of, as you know, all of the lights from the braziers reflect off of, you know, the braziers that are higher up on the wall. They're beaming off of all of this gold in this small chest. It is a very heavy, small little 20-pound chest worth of gold.
You say gold?
Gim, you can
gold
smell
over
it. You can smell it, Gim.
For biscuits,
like-
Jim. Biscuits. Golden biscuits.
I have an estimate.
Thank you for the
I'm
kind
gonna have
words,
to count this
Voodoo.
out.
Looks like about 1,000 gold. Cha-ching, huh?
Yeah, somebody's getting a breastplate.
Cha-ching
Like the
for
town.
5e, big time.
Nice.
Nice.
200 gold apiece.
So nothing else unusual about the altar?
No, that was it. You know, you knocked that bowl off earlier, and that blood is gone now. It's just an empty bowl on the ground.
What's
And
the
all
bowl
of
made out of?
it's just like a regular, you know, just a regular bowl. I mean, it wouldn't really wouldn't hold any value.
Okay. What do you guys think? Should we search around some more, or?
Take one of these potions of healing that I have.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man. When we get close together again, I grab it from him and put it back. I keep on having my conversation with our NPC ranger here, making sure he's okay. Trying to become his buddy.
Friends, I think we should end our search here, and we should continue on towards Thunderspire, whoever this Kramer Blood Reaver is.
Oh, yeah.
I love
My
it,
brothers,
Kramer.
my brothers need to know about the slaves so we can free your other brothers.
So as you guys can see here, you guys all have your nice little avatars here. Now this is, you can target those, and this is for RP, and you can do checks. Whatever is attached to your token, you can do your checks. So also down below, you can see that there's all sort of like some of the encounters that we've had. So if you want to add any more of these, write it down in one of your personal journals, and I'll make it happen, and I'll put, you know, if you want Kalarel and a portal on one of those, I'll put like a little portal asset or a little portal thing, and maybe I'll put some blood and Kalarel in there, and we'll kind of just
Kalarel
kind
and a
of
couple of them green skeletons.
tells you the journey of your adventure. You know, it does. So if you guys don't want to do that, I can also get rid of it, and it'll save me time. So that is just up to you guys, because most games don't take advantage of it, and yeah. So I mean,
Well,
it's
you know
either
how
or.
sentimental I am.
Gim, I appreciate that. So we'll say that you guys wrap things up at the keep, and you get the door sealed back at the keep, and you get back to Winterhaven.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah, Leopold.
As we're leaving and stuff like that, I'm pulling out my scrolls. I'm finishing up, sketching up everything that we're walking by and things like that.
I
remember
knew
that.
you were going to
Mapping
do
the
that.
area.
I was
I remember.
hoping you were going to
I
do that,
remember.
Leopold. Very
was
good,
like-
Leopold. I like it. Good job. Yeah, he remembered that. Mapping the
Freaking
entire
almost
place.
4 weeks ago, and I'm like, the one thing I gotta remember, make sure we have money to sell maps. So
I
yes.
like it. Good job.
Before we leave the keep, I let the group walk up ahead of us, and I take Leo to slow down with me. Because earlier, I had my insight check, and then I noticed that he actually lied to us about that time before we confronted Kalarel. Something about the crack in the wall, and there was like something more in there, and you're hiding something from us. Remember that one time you were gone?
That must have been my multiple personality syndrome kicking in.
Yes.
And I do not remember. This side of me doesn't remember any of that. So I'm not lying to you when I say I don't remember it. So I wish I had something for you. If I did, I'd be happy to give it to you. But I'm sorry, I'm unable to help you at this moment.
Wow, did you just learn something out about Leopold or what? Wow.
But if it'll ruin our friendship and all that stuff, I do have 50 gold I can give you.
I will not be swayed by a bribe.
It's
But
not
I will-
right. I only have 50 gold on me. That's it. But if you want it,
Go ahead and do a
for the Raven Queen.
Go ahead and do a couple rolls here. We're gonna get this out in the open right now. So, what I want you to do, Leopold,
Yes.
I want you to give me a check, which is going to be contested against Ren's insight. So, deception check for Leopold Kane versus insight of Ren. High roller wins. Boone's already added in, so you both get the +1. So, Ren, you are able to determine that Leopold is full of shit when he tells you that he only has 50 gold in his pocket.
Dave hasn't seen my character sheet, has he?
I sure have. I know. I know.
Well, Leo, you have been a true companion time and time again whenever we come into, when we go into battle.
He's got 50
But I
gold
will
and
keep my eyes
500
out,
in gems.
and I will listen for your tricks if you ever decide to deceive this group.
I'm taking all this in.
Didn't do anything. It wasn't me. We're crying. But okay, that's cool. As long as we're cool, that's cool with me. I don't mind. I don't mind you not trusting me. It's fine.
Well, go on, Leo. I'm done with you.
Oh, I wash my hands of you. All right, so everyone gets back to Neverwinter, and Neverwinter is actually really, it's bustling. You know, and as you're coming up, you can see that there are just, for the last 400 or 500 yards of the trip back into Winterhaven, you can just see sprawling encampments of all these tents everywhere, of just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of soldiers, humans, elves, halflings, gnomes, dwarves, all in these encampments. And, you know, not prisoners. It's just, you can see all kinds of, no, just weapon right. They're soldiers. They're definitely trained soldiers. These are probably the soldiers that came from Hammerfast, also that came from Fallcrest, to repel the undead army several days before that they went to meet. So as you guys are, you know, maneuvering your way around all of these people, you get back into Winterhaven, and you eventually get to Lord Padraig's manor house. And here, let me bring up this little, under the Sunday game hangouts. You can pull up right here, Winterhaven, and you get over to Lord Padraig's manor, and he greets you, and he heard that that you were in bad condition, and fortunate for everyone, you did not turn into undead, as many others have that were infected by this disease.
Lord Padraig, how fares our friend Peter?
I have grave news about Peter. Peter was not savable. We had to put Peter out of his misery. We had to put him out of his misery, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he succumbed to the undead. So as he was turning, we had to
Incinerated?
take care of him. That was several days ago. He is out in the graveyard to the west. He had a proper burial run. Lenora, she read him his last rites and performed a nice ceremony for Peter. Peter had done a lot for our small town of Winterhaven.
Thank you, Lord Padraig, for performing the proper rites for our friend. He did well in battle. It is sad to see him go.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good leader.
It was sad. Sister Lenora was just on the verge of getting this sickness out of him, and then things just turned for the worse, and in the middle of the night she had to exorcise the demons, I guess you could say. So what news do you have of the portal? Was it still open? Was there were you able to find Kalarel?
We got lucky and we killed Kalarel.
Kalarel's dead. Portal's closed. Where's my goal?
To the point, Gim. To the point.
He just kind of chuckles and laughs, and he says, I guess you've seen that we have also had our fair share of action the last several days, and you can actually see that he's got dirt all over his face, and he's still in his full battle gear, with his mace hanging off. He's got still holding on to his shield, and he tells you that he will take care of your reward, but as for now, he has to take care of all of his other guests that he has out in the outlying areas of Winterhaven.
Point me to my brother dwarves. I need to speak with them.
Okay, so he tells you that the dwarves are over in this area here, and they are the dwarves of Hammerfast. And also, Lord Warden from Fallcrest, the Lord Warden also had helped out. The Lord Warden from Winterhaven pretty much brought a very nice contingency, but the dwarves actually were the ones that pulled through and sent a lot of the muscle. But he tells you that this massive battle lasted for almost 2 straight days. Many dwarves, many elves, many humans, many gnomes and halflings were lost, but they repelled the invasion and crushed them. There were several remaining survivors of the undead, but they ventured, as they retreated, ventures up into the Kragngorn Peaks. But he kind of chuckles and says, the orcs will have fun with them, because the orcs are the ones that they basically, you guys know that there is massive amounts of orcs in the Cairngorn Peaks. So, the orcs don't really mess with anyone. Not yet, anyways. But he kind of chuckles and says that the remaining undead will have fun with the orcs. You will get your payment, though, dwarf. I am a man of my word. So what news? Tell me about this. Tell me what happened. I'm all ears. And he kind of sets his shield down, and there's a couple barrels, and he actually sits down on a barrel, and it looks like he's kind of relaxing a little bit.
Well, Lord Padraig, we were lucky that you sent Farland and Quillen to after us. We were lucky enough that we didn't succumb to the virus as Peter has. We all ventured down, and we found Kalarel continuing to summon a vast army from the other world.
Shadowfell. Yep.
Shadowfell.
Yep. No problem.
But we were lucky enough to destroy Kalarel before, and destroy the summoning portal before they were able to pass through. Unfortunately, I was hoping to bring back Kalarel's body to show you, but his body was snatched into Shadowfell.
But you know that Kalarel is dead. You did strike the killing blow.
Gimli Grimm's.
I did my part, and I killed the son of a bitch.
And how would I have thought that you would not have been the one to crush his head in? And he kind of laughs and is kind of patting his mace in his hand. I've crushed quite a few undead myself the last couple days.
I had a pleasure for this one especially. But I was wondering...
Both, White Shadow. I do
Lord.
both.
Have
Much
you
more
seen
of
a
making my
one-handed
own.
gnome in the area?
A one-handed gnome. No, I have not. Should I know this gnome?
Yes, he's with the Thieves Guild down south.
Oh, you're talking about those river rats that you were talking about several
Yes,
weeks
sir.
ago. Oh, Gimligrim, so you've one-handed. You never said anything about him being one-handed before.
He
He
cut
is
off
now.
his hand.
It's a
Cut off
recent,
one of his hands.
Oh
it's a
my
recent
goodness.
feature that
I call
Gimligrim
him
was.
Lefty now.
Oh my goodness. So do you have any proof, any evidence of any cult activities or?
We don't have any, not cult activities, but we have found a letter of,
A letter?
by, yes, by Kramer Blood Reaver.
Blood Reaver of Thunderspire Mountain?
That is correct.
That tribe
there
of
seems-
Minotaur, I thought have not been around for many, many generations. You have something from Kramer? Really?
Show him the 2 notes.
Unfortunately, Kalarel and Kramer have had an exchange, and it seems like they are bartering
And what is this
for
exchange?
an exchange of
Dwarven
humanoids for
slaves.
gold.
Oh, can I get a look at that?
I take the scroll out of my pocket and I hand it over, unrolled, to Lord Padrag.
All right.
While you're doing that, I'm going to move over to the Dwarven section, and I'm going to make my brothers aware of what happened with the Dwarven slaves that were taken.
All right, Gimligrim, you go over there and have a conversation with your dwarves. A lot of them that you remember from Hammerfest. All right, so he takes this piece of parchment from your hand and he unrolls it, opens it up. Let me put this on the. Says he unrolls it to make it a little bit bigger to where he can see it with his bad vision. Kind of squints his eyes a little bit and says, Kalarel, I received your shipment of slaves and truly appreciate your efforts to accommodate the needs of not only myself, but of my other business partners here in Thunderspire. Payment is in the coffer, with an added bonus because of the speedy effort you showed us. Ooh, did you find this coffer? Everybody's quiet. Oh, so there's still a coffer, huh? Wow. I guess
did find a coffer.
wow. So we will be waiting for the next shipment soon, and we'll send your next payments as soon as possible. We need to find this. We need to find out where he sends his payments. Could be a hefty sum of money. The Duergar especially enjoy the dwarves and want more. Well, don't let Gimligrim see this. Oh, wow. Look, there's something written on the back of it, too. It says, P.S. Send more gnomes like this feisty one-handed one. I have use for this type of gnome.
That must have been coded, right?
It was on the back. It was, it was kind of, as you rolled it out, it was kind of on an area on the back of the parchment. So it said, P.S. Send more of these gnomes that, like this one-handed one that you sent. He's a feisty little booger, and I actually have a use for him.
You just had to wait until I left, didn't you?
So, Yeah, and he shows you right there, Ren. He says, "Yeah, see," and he points to it, and well, yeah, says
That's
it.
wonderful. I know a dwarf who would love to know where he is.
Well, I'm sure it would be Sir Gimligrim. Blasted dwarf is a loose cannon, I tell you. That's definitely the one that I want fighting in my corner.
And we're glad to have him.
Yeah, he's definitely a nut.
Lord Patrick, my friends and I are weary from our travels. I believe we can definitely use some time to rest.
As with all of us, Mrs. Wren, and you shall do so. You shall be guest of my manor house. I will make room for you, so please indulge yourself. There's plenty of food, plenty of drink going around. Enjoy the festivities for our victory over the undead and the closing of the Orcus portal. But for now, I will tell you one thing. You are going to need to head over to one of the merchant keepers here, and you're going to have to do a little bit of bargaining with him, possibly, because I hear that he is fixing to send a caravan towards Thunderspire Mountains, and you may be able to catch a ride with him.
What is his name? That way I can weed out the merchants.
You're talking about old crazy old Barwin over at Barwin's Grand Shop. Remember the the crazy guy? So you're gonna. He tells you that Barwin was. He goes into a story. As we were having our fight with the undead, I basically had to commandeer all of the wagons and whatnot, and unfortunately, I had to take Barwin's best wagon, for our supplies. He wasn't too happy about it because he kept ranting about going to Thunderspire Labrinth, but I had to delay his trip. But I'm sure, hey, it kind of works out for the best because now you could possibly go with him to Thunderspire Labyrinth and find out what he has. Also, if you want to find out about anything about Thunderspire Labyrinth, you could probably talk to Volthron. Volthron is well versed and been in the caverns many times. Zinc, thank you very much for the follow.
We will take heed of your advice. I'm not sure what my friends would like to do, but I would actually like to go and see Sister Lenora and see if she can use my services and help heal those who are injured.
Oh, there are plenty of wounded, Mrs. Wren. I'm sure Sister Lenora will welcome you with open arms, as will all of the wounded soldiers. And then he looks over towards Farland and Quillen and tells you that he appreciates your service, and that is why he sent you to help Leopold, Gimli, and Wren, because you were basically the cream of the crop that he has here in Winterhaven.
Will you want us to accompany them?
I will allow Leopold, Sir Gimligrim, and Mrs. Wren to determine that for themselves. Maybe you put a great first impression on them. Maybe they will have you accompany them on their journeys. That is something that you will have to find out for yourself. And the same goes for you, Farland. But as for Frick and Frack that went for you, they're staying here. I'm not losing 4 of you. And he kind of laughs and kind of chuckles. He says, well, I'm off. I'm going to get cleaned up, have some food, have some drink, and then I will sleep until I wake up.
Enjoy, my lord.
All right, everybody. That is where we're going to end tonight's game. It was so fun tonight. I had such a great time.